Okay, students, so we will practice now third sum. Okay, what is the third sum says? If perimeter of a rhombus is 100 centimeter and length of one diagonal is 48 centimeter, what is the area of quadrilateral? So, what is meaning of quadrilateral? There are many quadrilaterals. One of the quadrilateral is rhombus. So, do not get confused. Area of quadrilateral. Which is the quadrilateral given here? It is the rhombus. So, they are indirectly asking us the area of rhombus. You all know the formula for area of rhombus? You all know the formula for perimeter of a rhombus? Let's start the sum. Okay? So, third one. We will write first what is given. The perimeter of a rhombus is given. So, perimeter of a rhombus. How much is this given? It is given as 100 centimeter. Okay. So perimeter of rhombus is given as 100 centimeter. Then what is given? The length of one diagonal is given. So we will write length of one diagonal, which is equal to how many? 48 centimeter. Okay, now what they are asking us? The area of quadrilateral. They are asking us the area of quadrilateral. So, area of quadrilateral. Okay, lateral. Okay, students. So now we will draw the quadrilateral. So how it looks like? Rhombus looks like this. Okay, so rhombus looks like this. We will name. First, we will draw its diagonals too. Okay, we will name it as A, B, D, C. Okay. Okay, students. So this is a rhombus. Okay. Now they are giving us one of the length of a diagonal. So this AC and BD are the diagonals. So any one of the length is what? 48 centimeter. So we will mark it as 48 centimeter. Now what they are telling us? They are telling us perimeter of the rhombus. They are giving us it is 100 centimeter. And they are telling us the area of the quadrilateral. First of all, perimeter is given. That's why we will first write the formula for perimeter of a rhombus. Okay, students. So we will write the perimeter of rhombus. So perimeter of rhombus. What is the perimeter of rhombus formula? As I told you before, it is 4 into side. Which side? Any one side will do. So here I will take AB. So 4 into length of AB. Okay. So now perimeter of rhombus, is it given? Yes, it is given to us. It is 100 centimeter. So now we will find the length of AB here. So 100. 4 is multiplied by the length of AB this side. When it will come this side, it will be divided. Therefore, length of AB will be 4 1s are 4, 25s are. So, length of AB I got as 25 centimeter. Now, students, as you all know that we got the length of AB, that is 25 centimeter. So, students, 25 centimeter we got the side. Okay, side we got. So, all sides of a rhombus are equal. So, we don't need to worry about an AD, CD, BC side. They will be same as AB only. Now, they are asking us the second one, that is the area of the quadrilateral. So, we will write the formula for area of the quadrilateral. First of all, to find the area of a quadrilateral, what is the area of a rhombus? It is half into product of its diagonal. So, do we know diagonal here? Yes, we know diagonal AC, but do we know diagonal BD? No, we don't know. So we have to find first diagonal. Then we will apply the formula of area of quadrilateral. So come on, let's find the diagonal first. So now students, for your sake, I have drawn this diagram in the backside page. Okay, for your reference. Okay. So now we have already found AB. So what AB we got is 25 centimeter. Now tell me, we have AB. We have the whole AC. If we made this AC half, that is if we found AM till here, can we apply a Pythagoras theorem to this triangle, that is ABM, and we can find BM? Yes, if we find BM, can we say that BM will be half of BD? And can we find BD from this? And once we find BD, we already know AC. And we will be finding BD. So we will be able to find the two diagonals. So that's what we need to find, right? So we will begin now with the first thing, that is, we will say that AM is half of AC. Okay? So now AM, that is the length of AM. You can see the diagram beside. Okay, just see as I write. Okay, length of AM will be half of length of AC. Why this is so? Because the reason is diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. Okay, so we can say that length AM is half of length AC, and from the diagram also you can see that length AM is half of length AC. Okay, now we know the length AC, so we will substitute it half into length of AC, that is 48 centimeter. Okay, and here length of AM. So now length of AM will be, tell me, 2 1s are 2, 24s are. So that is length of AM is 24 centimeter. Okay, so now we got length of AM too. So now we will be writing here length of AM, that is 24 centimeter. Okay, now you have AB, now you have AM. Can we find BM by Pythagoras theorem? Yes, but to find this BM, first we have to state that this angle which is there, this angle is 90 degree. Okay, first we have to say that. So how we will say? First of all, we will say that diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. So diagonals, again you have to write diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisector to each other. Okay, so we will say like this. So by saying like this, a perpendicular bisector, so we can say that the major angle, that is AMB, that is 90 degree. So major angle AMB will be 90 degree. Okay, how this came 90 degree? Because the diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular to each other. Means that AM bisect BD. So if AM is a perpendicular bisector of BD, that means this angle makes 90 degree. Then only this will be a perpendicular bisector. Okay, now it is a right angle triangle. So we can write in a right angle triangle, what it is? By Pythagoras theorem, what we can say is, tell me, by Pythagoras theorem what it will be? Length of AB square, that is length of AB square, is equal to length of AM square plus length of BM square. So we will write here length of AB square is equal to length of, what is the length of? AM square plus length of BM square. This is the Pythagoras theorem, right? You all know the Pythagoras theorem. Now what is the length of AB here? Tell me. AB is 25 centimeter, AM is 24 centimeter. We have already found that. We will just substitute its value. So 25 centimeter the whole square will be equal to AM, that is 24 centimeter the whole square, plus length of BM. So now from here you can understand that we are getting the length of BM. So once we get the length of BM, then we can say that BM is half of BD, and we can find the value of BD also. So we will find BM. What is it will be? Tell me. 25 square, that will be 625, and 24 square, that will be 576, plus length of BM the whole square. Now it will be 625 minus 576, which will be equal to length of BM the whole square. So this minus this, it is, what is the answer? It is 49, and it is equal to length of BM the whole square. Now can we take the square root? So by taking the square root, we can say taking square root on both the sides, So on both the sides you are taking the square root. Okay, so once we take the square root, it will be, what is, whose square is 49? Tell me. It is 7 square will be equal to length of BM the whole square. It is like this. So square from both the side will cancel. So length of BM will be equal to 7. Got everyone? So we got the length of BM. How much it is? It is 7. So we will write here 7 centimeter. Okay. So now can we say that BM is half of BD? From that we can find BD also. Okay, just see how I write. Now length of BM is half into length of BD. Okay, so we know what is the length of BM. Just now we found it is 7, which is equal to half into length of BD. So 2 is multiplied, 1 upon 2 is multiplied over here. When it will go that side, 2 will be multiplied here. So length of BD. Tell me how much is the length of BD. 7 2s is 14 centimeter. Okay, so now we got length of BD as 14. From here also you can see 7 plus 7. So I will write here 7 centimeter. 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay, so now finally we have got our two diagonals. That is a diagonal BD and a diagonal AC. So now finally can we find the area of the quadrilateral? So we will write the area of quadrilateral. The area of quadrilateral is equal to half into, tell me what is the area of rhombus? Product of its diagonals, its length of diagonals. Yes. Okay, so it will be equal to half into, tell me what are the diagonals of the rhombus that we have found now? Yes, we have found BD now and AC was already given to us. So we will write AC into BD, that will be half into, what is the AC given to us? 48 into BD is, we just now found BD here. So it is 14. Okay, so 2 1s are 2, 24s are. So 24 into 14, tell me what is the answer quickly? Yes, it is 336 square centimeter. So finally we have found the area of quadrilateral that they have asked us to find. Okay students, now see the fourth sum. If the length of diagonal of a rhombus is 30 centimeter and its area is 240 square centimeter, find its perimeter. Now what is given here? It was given as perimeter was given and they were asking us to find the area of the quadrilateral. Now here they are giving us the area and they are asking us to find its perimeter. Now what is the perimeter of rhombus? It is 4 into sides. So here you will need one side to find. Okay, now I will be drawing this diagram. Just look. So this diagram is same. The fourth one's diagram is same as the third one. So I will draw the rhombus again. Okay, I will draw the rhombus. I will draw its diagonals again. Okay, just see what was the naming. Yes, it was A, B, D, C. Now here they are giving us the value of one of the length of the diagonal, that is 30 centimeter. They are not stating that what is 30 centimeter. I will take here BD as 30 centimeter. So I will write BD as 30 centimeter here. So now what is given? That means diagonal is given. So diagonal, that is BD, it is given as 30 centimeter. Okay, the area is given. What is the area? It is 240 square centimeter given to us. Okay, so now they are asking us to find the perimeter, but first what is given that we have to find? They are giving us the area, that is 240 square centimeter. What is the formula for area of the rhombus? It is half into product of its diagonal. One of the diagonal is given and area is given. Can you find the other diagonal? Okay, so once you find the other diagonal, then we can say that the diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other. So why we are saying this? Because we want the side. Why we want side? Because they are asking us to find the perimeter. Okay, and for perimeter, what is the formula? It is 4 into side. So can you see any one side we know over here? We don't know. So we need to find. Anyone you can find. If you find AB, the others will be the same only. So that's why what I'm saying is diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other. That means AM, that is AM, will be half into AC. So first you have to find AM. You can also say that BD is half of BM. Just a second, I am writing the point M. So yes, this is a point M. So now I have considered BD as 30 centimeter. So we can say that BM is half of BD. And from that you can find BM. Yes, and once you find BM, then you can find AM also. How? Because first only we are stating this formula, and one diagonal we are finding from the area. Area is given, one diagonal is given. Another diagonal we can find from this formula. So the other diagonal will be AC only. So once you know the value of AC, can you say that AM will be half of AC? Yes, so therefore you will get AM also, you will get BM also. So by Pythagoras theorem, can you find AB? And once you find AB, that is the side that they want. So then you can find the perimeter also. Perimeter will be 4 into side. So side AB you will get, and you will find 4 into AB. Whatever value you get for AB, you will multiply by 4, and that will be your perimeter of the rhombus. So can you do this sum for homework, students? Because it is same as the third sum only. I want you all to try this sum. Please try it. If any difficulties, we will discuss in the next lecture. So now we have finished with our 15.2 practice set. I want you all to complete till here in your notebooks. Thank you, students. Okay, students. So we will start with what is trapezium. Yeah, we have finished with practice set 15.2, and now we will learn what is a trapezium. So a trapezium looks like this. It looks like this thing, that is trapezium, and it has two parallel sides and height it consists of. So parallel sides are which? If we name this as A, B, C, D, and this thing is P and Q. So parallel sides are AB and DC. How they are parallel? If I extend this B point from here, that is line AB, if I extend it, if I extend line DC, will they meet anywhere? They won't meet, because they will always be parallel. Okay, and AP, this is the height. BQ, this is to the height. So this is a perpendicular bisector of DC. AP is a perpendicular bisector of DC. So if AP is a perpendicular bisector of DC, then we can say that this angle is a 90-degree angle. Okay, so now what they are giving us, draw segment AP perpendicular to segment DC. So they are already given that AP is perpendicular to DC. That's why directly they have given the right angle, that is 90 degree. Let length AP is equal to length BQ, which is height. So they are saying that length AP is equal to length BQ. Means both the heights that are there, they are always equal. Why they are equal? Because AB and DC are parallel sides, and between the parallel side, whatever height you will draw, it will be equal only. So that's why they are giving length AP and length BQ, which is equal to height, they are equal. So the formula for this trapezium is, half into, formula for trapezium means area of trapezium. So area of trapezium is half into sum of lengths of parallel sides. So sum of lengths means what? They are addition. Whose addition? Parallel sides addition. Which are the parallel sides? AB and DC are the parallel sides. So sum of the lengths of parallel sides into height. So height is the same only. You can take AP also, you can take BQ also. They will be the same. So they are giving just one height. So area is equal to half into, tell me now, which are the sum of lengths? Sum means addition, and lengths of parallel sides. So AB and DC. So sum of AB and DC into height. What is the height? We can take either of the height. So AP, we can take AP. It is to the height. So this is the formula for area of trapezium. So now based on this formula, can we solve the practice set 15.3? Come on, let's solve that. Okay. Okay, so students, back to our practice set 15.3. Okay. So a diagram is given to you all. What is this diagram about? It is a trapezium. Tell me how it is a trapezium, because it has parallel sides, that is AB and DC. Also it has height, that is AD. So now they are giving us the values for this thing. So see, length of AB, how much they are giving? It is 13 centimeter. They have given us. Length of DC, how much they are giving us? It is 9 centimeter they are giving us. Length of AD, it is 8 they are giving us. 8 centimeter. Okay, now if parallel sides are given, if height is given, now can you find the area of a trapezium? Yeah, let's solve it. Practice set 15.1. So, practice set 15.3. First sum. So now, we can directly write whatever it is given. So what is given? First we will write what is given. Given that length of AB is equal to 13 centimeter. Then we will write length of DC is given, which is 9 centimeter. Then length of AD is given, which is 8 centimeter. Now AB and DC, they are parallel sides, and AD, that is length of AD, this is height. So now how can we find area? So area of trapezium is equal to half into sum of parallel sides. Tell me which are the parallel sides? AB and DC are the parallel sides. So their sum of AB and DC into height. Height is AD. So now we will substitute the values. So half into what is AB? AB is 13 plus DC. DC is 9 into AD. What is it? It is 8. Okay. Now simply we will add this bracket first. According to the BODMAS rule, bracket will be solved first. So 13 plus 9, it is 22 into 8. Now this 2 is divided by this numerator here. So now we can cancel by either of this thing. So this 2 is divided by 22 also, by 8 also. So I am dividing this 2 by 22. So 2 1s are 2 11s are. 2 11s are 22, right? So what stays is 11 into 8. So that means 11 8s is 88. And we are finding area. So for area, which unit is necessary? That is square centimeter. Understood? Wasn't it easy? Okay, students. So now see the second sum. Length of two parallel sides of trapezium are 8.5 centimeter and 11.5 centimeter. So they are giving us the parallel sides. Then they are stating that its height is 4.2 centimeter. So its height is given as 4.2 centimeter. That means you have two parallel sides, you are having height also. So can you find now area? What is the area of the trapezium? It is half into sum of parallel sides into height. So this sum I am marking it for the homework. So can you do please? Similarly, the first sum only. Two parallel sides are given and one height is given. So you can find area of the trapezium. Now I will be solving the third sum and we will end our lecture by completing this third sum. So students, this third sum is little difficult. So please pay attention. You will understand it. Okay, so students, quadrilateral PQRS is an isosceles trapezium. What is meaning of isosceles trapezium? Means its both sides are same. So PS will be same to QR. So whatever will be PS, it will be similar to QR. Now see further. Length of PQ is 7 given to us. Then segment PM is perpendicular to segment SR. This statement is very important as this will tell us that angle M is 90 degree. How? Because they are stating that PM is perpendicular to SR. So PM is a perpendicular bisector of SR. That's why the point M is 90 degree. Understood? So length SM. Now further they are telling us length SM is 3 centimeter. What they are telling, distance between two parallel sides is 4. So they are telling the distance between two parallel sides. Which is the distance? PM is the distance. So they are stating that this is a 4 centimeter. Okay, find the area of quadrilateral PQRS. So now they are telling us to find the area of quadrilateral PQRS. First, we will be constructing QN. Why we will be constructing QN? So that we will be solving further all sides we will need to find. That's why. So first we will construct QN. So see, I will be drawing QN here. So QN. Tell me QN will be perpendicular to SR also. We will state that construct QN such that QN is perpendicular to SR. So if QN is perpendicular to SR, then angle N will be 90 degree. Okay, and tell me the heights are same of the trapezium. So if PM is 4, what will be QN? It will also be 4. Understood everyone? Now tell me in this triangle, see PMS, if angle M is 90 degree and if PM is given as 4, if SM is given as 3, now can by Pythagoras theorem, can you find PS? Yes, you can find PS. And once you find PS, by saying that this is an isosceles trapezium, we can find QR also. So eventually we will be able to find PS and QR. Okay, so let's begin with this sum. Okay, slowly. So students, please refer the diagram beside this thing, beside this page. Please refer this diagram. So third one we are solving now. So first we will write what is given. So given is always must. So what is given? Quadrilateral PQRS is an isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. Then length of PQ is given. Length of PQ, what is it? Length of PQ is 7 centimeter. See here, length of PQ is 7 centimeter. Then segment PM is perpendicular to segment SR. They are giving us segment segment PM is perpendicular to segment SR. They are giving us this. Now, what else they are giving? They are giving segment SM is 3 centimeter. Where is segment SM? Yeah, here it is. Segment SM is 3 centimeter. Now they are telling that the distance, or we can say that height. Height, what is the height? PM is the height. It is 4 centimeter. Okay, now we will write. Okay, solution. So what is the solution? First we will write what we have constructed. So first we will write that draw QN, or we can say construct QN, or we can say draw QN such that QN will be perpendicular to SR. So this construction part is, please star mark this point because this is the thing that is making it difficult. So construction, that is QN, and it is perpendicular to SR. So tell me, if QN is perpendicular to SR, can we say that angle, therefore angle N is 90 degree? Can we say this angle, that is angle N, 90 degree now? Yes. So now first we will see this triangle, that is PMS. So now we will write now in triangle PMS, what is that? By Pythagoras theorem. We will solve by Pythagoras theorem. Why? Because this angle M is 90 degree, right? So by Pythagoras theorem, we will be finding now the side PS. So tell me, by Pythagoras theorem, PS the whole square is equals to PM the whole square plus SM the whole square. So now we can put what is given to us. PM is given to us, that is 4 centimeter, plus SM square, that is the 3 square given to us. Okay students, so PS square will be, tell me what is the 4 square? 4 square is 16 plus 3 square, what is it? It is 9. So PS square, it is 16 plus 9. What is 16 plus 9? Yes, it is 25. So 25 I will write. Now by taking square root on both the sides, we have to take the square roots on both the sides. What it will be? PS will be equal to 5 now. So PS we got as 5. So we will mark this PS as 5 centimeter. Now tell me, they are telling us that PQRS is a trapezium. Which trapezium it is? Isosceles trapezium. So if PS we got as phi, can we say QR is also phi? So now we will write because it is a isosceles trapezium, because it is the isosceles trapezium, we say that PS is equal to QR, which is equal to 5 centimeter. So now we can say that QR is also 5. So I am marking this as 5. Now see this triangle QNR. Can by Pythagoras theorem we can find NR from here. So now we can write as by Pythagoras theorem. In triangle, what in triangle? In triangle Q and R, what it will be? Tell me. QR, the whole square will be equal to QN square plus NR square. Now, similarly, can you substitute the values? Now, QR we have found, that is phi. So, phi the whole square, which is equal to QN, we know that is 4 the whole square. From here, can we find the NR the whole square? Okay, we can find NR. So, what is phi square? It is 25, which is equal to 16. 16, why 16? Because it was 4 square. So, 4 square, 16 plus what it was, NR the whole square. So, tell me 25 minus 16 is equal to NR the whole square. What is 25 minus 16? Tell me everyone. Yes, it is 9, which is equal to NR the whole square. Now, can we take square root? So, taking square root, where? On both the sides. So, taking square roots on both the sides, what we get is 9, which will be 3, because 3 square is 9, and it will be NR. So, NR is equal to 3 centimeters. So, now can we mark NR as 3 centimeter? So, let's quickly mark. Where is NR? NR is 3 that we got. Now, what is missing over here? We got PS also, we got QR also, we got QN also, we got NR too. Now, what is missing? Yes, PQ, which is 7, and MN is missing here. Now, see this diagram properly. Can you see, students, PQ and M? This is a rectangle. Can you say this is a rectangle, everyone? Yeah? All are paying attention, right? PQ and M is a rectangle, and two sides of rectangle are equal. So, if PQ is 7, then MN will be 7. So, now we have to write that since PQ and M is a rectangle, therefore, two sides of rectangle are equal. So, if two sides of rectangle are equal, PQ will be equal to MN, which is 7 centimeter. So, now we got everything that we want. Now, what we have to find at last? They were asking us to find the area. So, now finally, when we have all the values of a given diagram, we can say that area of trapezium is equal to half into sum of the lengths of parallel sides. So, which are the parallel side? Here PQ and SR are the parallel sides. So, you will write PQ plus SR, which is the height, into height. Height means PM we will take as height. Okay, because PM and QN is same. Either one you can take. So, half into, we will substitute the values of PQ. What is PQ? It is 7 plus SR. What is SR? We have found it as 7 plus 3. We will be taking the whole SR. Okay, SR is divided into parts. So, we will write that parts also. So, SR is divided into how many parts? SR is divided into SM plus MN plus NR. Okay, into height. What is the height? Tell me what is the height, everyone. Okay, see, I am repeating the thing. It is half into PQ. PQ, what we have found from the diagram, see, Everyone see from the diagram what PQ we have found. We have found 7, right? So I substitute PQ as 7. Now SR, see from the diagram, S to R. So in the middle many points are there. So we will divide SR into some points. That is SM plus MN plus NR. We will say SR is equal to SM plus MN plus NR. So I have written that only. That is SM plus MN plus NR into height. What is the height given to us? It is 4. So now I will substitute the point one by one. That is half into 7 plus, what is SM here? Tell me, SM is, yes, it is 3. Plus MN, what is it? 7. Plus NR, what is it? 3 into 4. So now tell me, half into, we will add all these things. Yeah. So what we will add is 7 plus 13 into 4. So now half into, tell me what is 7 plus 13. What is it? It is 20 into 4. Now I will divide this 2. Okay, I am repeating again. It is half into 7 plus 13. How 13? 3 plus 7 plus 3. It is 13. Into 4 I have written. So now what I will write? 7 plus 13, that is 20. Okay. Now 2 ones are 2 tens are. Now tell me, 10 into 4, it will be 40 square centimeter. So what is our area? It is 40 square centimeter. So understood everyone how this sum was solved step by step. Once you see the video again, you will be able to find this properly and you will be able to learn this thing. So I hope you will write this notes at your home, and if you write something, you always learn. So please write. And yes, the second one which I have given for the homework, please solve that, students. Yeah, it is similar to the first one. So we will meet in the next lecture. Till then, take care.